Deontay White said, thoughts you had in this moment. Seeing this was too cold. This is you versus the Seattle Seahawks. Do you remember this moment?
Yeah. We lost. That was the divisional round. Getting in that dog mode, that dog mentality. Feel me? It ain't too many. Like, that right there is Cam basically talking to Cam. It's going to be what it's going to be. Mm-hmm. We got to go to that space. You feel me? Like, you got to go to that by any means necessary.
That's
you
it.
You got to hold yourself accountable to make sure that you are a trusted teammate or a trusted source that your teammates can count on you.
Now, when you go into that mode, because this Cam, is this Boogie?
That's Boogie.
Boogie.
That's big Boogie.
You go Boogie on the field. So when do you hit the switch in Boogie mode? Like,
the closer to the game. You know what I'm saying? It's you and whoever rocking with you.
Yeah.
I don't give a
about you.
Never gave a about you. Now, when I switch back into Cam, that's where the softer side, the more considerate side kind of come out. But Boogie, he don't give no fucks about.
So when did Boogie come about, though? Like, how old were you when you, like?
I knew I had to switch into a different person given the circumstances of what type of version I needed myself to kind of turn into. Uh-huh. And I gave myself that grace knowing that I think it was Beyonce. She kind of came out with an album, Sasha Fierce, like her alter ego.
Yeah.
And we all have different versions of ourselves, you know, for the people who are astrologists and you may be a Taurus or Aquarius in different times of the day and the rising moon and all this and that and the third. So it's very natural for us to turn into a different version of ourselves. But, you know, with that, it's like, you got to go. Right? And there's many times, and I think football gave a lot of people that outlet to be able to unleash and unlock a side of them that was required for them to kind of come alive. And that was almost like my ritual too. Standing, when we were playing in away games, standing close to where they were coming out. Just like, I remember, I'm big on manifestation. I've always spoke about it. And that right there was me tapping into my Iron Mike Tyson. There was a clip of Mike Tyson, like, where, you know, they was coming to each other and they was listening to the referee. Everything I do and say, you got to, you know, abide by under my word, blah, blah, blah. Do you hear me? And, like, he never unlocked his eyes on his opponent. So his opponent was going sideways and you just see his eyes going sideways. Like, bro, I'm about to knock your head out. And you just switching into that person. And you know, that's really what it was.
Yeah.
So, like, for you, when it comes to that mode, like, does Cam activate Boogie, or does Boogie, like, tell Cam, like, oh, it's time for me to jump in?
Think about it like this, and it's a real thing. Don't get it twisted. It's a real thing. It's like Venom.
Oh, for
like,
Spider-Man.
Or Hulk. Mm-hmm. Like, when you feel yourself kind of, you know, getting triggered to say, okay, this is what I need to be. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? And so much so that, like, one of the things that I was extremely proud of, or that I wanted to experience, was bringing my children into my world of sports.
Oh, yeah.
And I started realizing I couldn't do that no more because I would be so high and intense. And then as soon as I see my children, that would distract me and bring out a softer side. And I realized, like, when my children would come on the field and I would kiss them and my family, like, so I would go up, be like, and then as soon as I see my kids, I'll go down and then, like, I'm more compassionate. Then I was like, it was hard for me to get back into
up. That. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I just stopped having my children come on the field because it would distract me. But yeah, it's something that is extremely needed, and any sports psychologist would know and understand that is very important to your transition and getting focused. And when you think that it's not important for you to kind of go into, that's where you're like, no, because we all are different people.
Yeah.
You know, when we have this fight or flight type of mentality, and when I'm getting into that mental warfare with myself, it's like, shit, I got to focus. I got to make sure that my anger is controlled. It's not just
rage, just everywhere.
Yeah, it's not just rage. It's just not, you know, something that's just being dispersed
everywhere. Yeah.
Not efficiently. You know, I can still be locked in and still put on a great product that I still am focused, still remember the plays, still remember my keys, and my, you know, things that get him prepared for this particular moment.
But even in those moments, even just seeing that, it was just like, I guess Brandon Marshall would say crescendo, but you just see the rise of like morning from the stretching to the gospel music on the way to the game, you getting out there.
But that was you, like,
yeah,
like,
I was able to see that.
Yeah,
like
so for the people who don't know, Peggy was a person who's always been a part of my camp. Like, I think you started coming around more, it was Waldo around 2016, 17, 18.
Yeah.
Like, they knew the many different versions of camp. And I think everybody who knew me knew, just stay away from him.
Yes, game day,
like,
don't say nothing, just be, that is the epitome of fly on the wall.
Yeah.
It's like you be around for hours and y'all don't say no word.
Like, I would go back home, because even too, it took me a long time to go or feel comfortable with going back home.
Or even to let us even in your space at the time too, because that wasn't something that we
Because I'll have a house
did.
full of people and everybody will be quiet.
Yeah.
And knowing that I'm getting ready in the other room, and like how my condo was set up, like I had different levels of it, and like my intermediate family was always upstairs, out the way, and then like the rowdy crew, like my cousins and my brothers, like they would be on the realm where music would be playing in one room, like aggressive music, and then on the other side, like for me, it's different compartments and parts, and the people who know you know, okay, this ain't no play time.
This is business more than anything.
Because the ultimate goal is to win.
Correct.
You know what I'm saying?
And the night would be different versus a win versus a loss.
Sure.
Basketball is a very physical sport. There's so many times that I've got hit on the basketball court. Marks don't hold you back.
Movement leaves marks. Your antiperspirant shouldn't.
Degree Ultra Clear. Non-stop protection against white marks.